fresh air to have you here to give us the latest report on the from the feds. I first want to thank you personally for working on a topic that has always been dear to my heart and dear to the heart of the Congressional Hispanic Caucus. I know several members have already touched a little bit on issues related to diversity and inclusion, and you yourself said something, and I really was struck by the words you used, that when you look at setting the interest rates, you want to reflect that all Americans in the room when you do it. And in my view, the best way to do that is to make sure that the people at the table making those interest rates decisions reflect what America looks like. So I want to thank you again for last month joining you was Adriana Kugler, who was nominated as the first Hispanic to ever serve on the Federal Reserve Board of Governors in its 109-year history. It took a while, but we're there now, and hopefully that will help ensure that when decisions are being made, that all Americans are indeed in the room with you. And so I want to thank you and the President both for making sure that that happens. I know that in my district that is 77% Latino, we're really proud of that fact. But Mr. Chairman, I wanted to see if you could provide me an update on the federal workforce, particularly within the Fed system, because I think that area too, you may recall we've discussed it before in prior times that you've been here, the workforce doesn't quite look like America. So could you give me an update on where we're at with diversity and inclusion issues related to Latinos in the federal workforce for the Fed?
Sure. Well, I guess the place I would start is a good part of the story, which is the directors of the 12 reserve banks around the country. That's been an area where we've focused heavily on diversity and inclusion, and I think met with a great deal of success. So relatively high numbers. We can give you the numbers. We'll be happy to. Relatively high numbers of both Hispanics and African Americans and other minorities, and majority of women. So that's been an area where we have a free hand to act, and we can do that. I think in terms of the workforce, we actually had a particular focus at the Federal Reserve Board on Hispanics and working hard, particularly devoting ourselves to a tight focus on generating more Hispanic contact and more Hispanic employees. And I think we had some success with that. We spent a whole year of that, doing that a year or so ago. And so, you know, it's a very important, the most successful organizations in American society, or it's not a coincidence that they seem to me to be the ones that have pretty advanced diversity and inclusion programs, so that they do have, you know, all different parts of America represented around the table.
Oh no, friends. I have breaking news to share with you this afternoon. SNAP payments are being delayed in select states across the country, and millions of low-income Americans are expected to be cut from the program very soon. But with inflation still affecting many people, states such as New Jersey are passing new legislation that will prevent people from losing their benefits. My dearest friends, please do me a big favor and watch until the end of this video, especially if you receive monthly benefits. Also, every Friday, I will be announcing new winners for the Walmart gift card giveaway. If you'd like to enter these weekly giveaway, friends, all you need to do is click and like several of my videos, and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. My dearest friends, the more videos that you watch and then comment on, the greater your chances, friends, of winning the giveaways. SNAP is the nation's most important anti-hunger program. It provides essential food purchasing assistance for millions of low-income households. According to the Center on Budget and Policy Priorities, SNAP helped an average of 41 million Americans in 2021. But now some states are failing to pay recipients on time, while others may even be at risk of losing their benefits altogether. According to state public records, the state of Georgia failed to pay thousands of SNAP recipients in the month of May. Approximately 63%, or 46,000 applications, were delayed in May. On the Facebook page of the State Department of Human Services, which oversees a program, one SNAP recipient said they applied to renew benefits nearly 2 months ago and have not received any food benefits since March. Applications for SNAP benefits are supposed to be processed within 30 days. Kylie Winton, a spokesperson with the State Department of Human Services, recently stated, "We are working as quickly as possible to get all applications and renewals processed, but we are also being hampered by federal rules and requirements, which prevent us from streamlining this process." So SNAP recipients nationwide are now at risk of losing their benefits by 2025 under the new legislation. President Biden signed a bill into law to suspend the debt limit, but it also changed work requirements for older adults. The new agreement will expand work requirements for adults 50 to 54 years old. Currently, SNAP dictates that adults 18 to 49 years old can only receive food stamps for 3 months out of every 3 years, unless they work at least 20 hours per week. Many experts have said this puts nearly 750,000 older adults aged 50 to 54 at great risk of losing food assistance. Veterans, kids aging out of foster care, and the homeless will be exempt from the SNAP changes. These changes are expected to be in place until the year 2030. There are exemptions to this new rule. Experts have said that state governments in charge of administering SNAP benefits can waive the work requirements for areas with high levels of unemployment. SNAP departments in the states of Pennsylvania and New Jersey have already planned to apply for new waivers, depending on what the U.S. Department of Agriculture will allow. The end of the public health emergency on May 11th has created several changes for Medicare beneficiaries. Whether Medicare will or won't cover certain health care costs may now depend on whether you are in traditional Medicare or a private insurer's Medicare Advantage plan. The former president's administration initially declared a public health emergency in January 2020, but this May, the Biden administration decided to end it. During the public health emergency, Medicare Advantage plans were not allowed to charge more if members saw out-of-network physicians. But those protections have now come to an end, and individuals will once again either have to pay more or not have coverage, depending on their Medicare Advantage plan. But the good news is that Medicare beneficiaries receiving telehealth will be able to do so at least through December 31st, 2024. Telehealth is largely unaffected by the end of the public health emergency because of a 2023 law extending Medicare's telehealth coverage through next year. So you will still be covered for a telehealth appointment. Lawmakers in Congress have discussed cuts to spending for Medicare and Social Security, but millions of Americans are not happy with that. Few Americans would be okay with some ways that politicians have suggested to shore up both programs. 79% say they oppose reducing the size of Social Security benefits, and 67% are against raising monthly premiums for Medicare. About 65 million older Americans and disabled individuals access government-sponsored health insurance through Medicare and rely on monthly payments from Social Security. Instead, a majority support the idea of increasing taxes on households making over $400,000 a year to pay for Medicare. This is a plan proposed by President Biden and his administration. So, dear friends, what are your thoughts on all of this? Please let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. Well, my beautiful and amazing friends, that is the end of my daily stimulus update video for this afternoon. Thank you, dear friends, for joining me here and for being part of this community. To say thank you and to show my appreciation, I will be announcing several winners this coming Friday for the Walmart gift card giveaway. My dearest friends, if you would like to enter these weekly giveaways, please click and like several of my videos and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you comment on, dear friends, the greater your chances of winning the giveaways. Thank you so much and have a wonderful and very blessed week.